Hi guys, I'm hoping this will go very well, only because my phone is here and I normally record on this phone, therefore this means I have a camera and I'm recording on the camera and I need to remember to look at you and not the screen here. I need to look at you right there. I don't know, I haven't played around with the settings. I did photography when I was in high school, but I did the film ones, I didn't do digital, so this is all new to me and I'm very excited for it. So I do have the setup, I have the camera, I have a mic on there as well, so we'll see how that plays out. If it doesn't, I'll just get one that you attach to your top and stuff. But I have a free weekend and I didn't have a clue what to do, so I was just like, I want a chiller one, don't really want to do too much, don't really want to leave the house. So I was thinking, why don't we have a book sleepover slash date? You know, I have recently got a new book and who's surprised at this, because basically Kaya Moranova is just infiltrating my life at this point. So I do actually have her new release called Once Upon a Demon's Heart. Do you know what I mean? Stop it. It's just so bloody cute. Yeah, so this cover is just immensely beautiful, and the book itself, it's like a very baby pink, but I don't know if the camera's picking up very well. It's just so romantic. So I do have this. It's not a massive book, it's under £3.50 and it is in a series. I think it might be a duology, but it's only just been released like a couple of days ago. I also have it on my Kindle, because all of her books are on Kindle Unlimited. I just like collecting them as a trophy, you know, to add to my Kate and Moranova shelf there. So yeah, shall we read the very long synopsis together, just so you kind of know what's going on? Once upon a demon's heart it was done. There is no fairy tale, it's yearning and guilt of two burdened hearts that will leave readers breathless. What a bloody good start, oh my god. Elira, a devoted demigod knight, has found herself trapped in the throes of a brutal curse, a time loop in which the demon kingdom's blood knight kills her every time. She is haunted by the attack she led on an innocent village in Thornhill, and her guilt consumes her from the inside out. After the 20th time loop, god that's so many, she has finally had enough. Something has to change, lest she die at the blood knight's hand for the rest of time, a choice she hopes she won't regret. One to end the war between demigods and demons, Elira is shocked when she realises that she is marrying the very knight who has slain her so many times. Stop. A daughter of Venus and a duke of demons, their love is both cursed and destined, a marriage to save the fragility of their demons. Kal-El is as cruel as they come, a devourer who survives on the gilded blood of demigods. He wants to hate her as much as he did when Thornhill fell, but he finds himself warring with his heart over his emotions for her. Together they unravel the truth of Faltor, that perhaps not everything is as it seems. The gods may be pulling more strings than they should. It's not a question of what love can conquer, it is a matter of what they are prepared to demolish in their path. And I'm very surprised about this book, only because she's a very toxic author. All her books kind of like are very cruel and really traumatic. This one doesn't seem along those lines. This one seems more of a kind of like shocked romance. Like I think there'll be things in the background that you'll be like, oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. And I'm very excited to read this. I thought we could kind of chill out together. Also, she's the author who does all her own like artwork. She's designed all of this, and she's releasing so many books and shit, and you will be seeing her name often in my vlogs. You'll be seeing her often. In relation to plans, it's a really sunny weekend, so I'm not massively bothered about that. I can just kind of stay indoors, pot around. But obviously reading this book, I might do some baking. I kind of want some bacon. I know it's warm and usually bacon is something that you do in the warm weather, but I'm feeling autumn for some strange reason. Even though the sun is shining, there's no clouds in the sky, I'm feeling autumn, so that's something else I might do. And I want to do some book journal stuff, some updating it, because I'm quite out of date, and it is the 10th of August and I have not done my August spread. So I need to do that. I need to do that very much. So yeah, we can just have a chilled weekend together, not a lot of things set in place. Just a good time. I'm now going to eat my Greek yogurt, chia seeds and granola because I am famished, and then we can get started. It's really strange because obviously I'm looking at you on this camera and then there's a screen here that reflects what you're recording, and it's showing me like my voice channels, like how high I am and how low I am, and then it's got my percentage which I'm seeing go down, which is wonderful, and then it has loads of other symbols that I don't have a damn clue what it's about. I am very confused. Let's be toxic together, you know? Toxic. I do have a little bit of an update for you guys, not a massive one, just a little one. I am 20% through on here, which is, how many pages is that? 51 pages. And I wanted to give you a little debrief because with it saying in the synopsis, he kills her like in every lifetime, all I thought of was his book. And I had really like a really bad taste in my mouth, thinking I don't want it to be anything like this book because this book insanely let me down. And now thinking about it, it's like low-key kind of very depressing. So when I started this off, I was like praying internally like it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. And I'm kind of very happy it didn't turn out like that. I do have the book. I do have the physical book, as you've seen, but there's just something about reading the Kindle. Every now and then it's just really comforting. So that's what I'm going to do for this time around. Do you know books where there's normally like a lot of lore, like mythology and like Greek goddesses and stuff, a lot of background? Usually there's a lot of background, and the introductory to the book's really, really slow with everything that has to be said. Well, in this book, it's not like that. She's kind of like sprinkling bits of information through, and I'm really enjoying that because it just makes the journey, like the read through, really, really easy, not difficult whatsoever. So that's one thing that I'm currently like loving about this book. It hasn't gone into like loads of depth about the main characters, so I don't really know if I'm like obsessed about them. It's gone into like the description of what they look like, and they are both stunning. Like she's got white glorious hair that goes like down to her like her ankles, and he's got elf ears, has he? Yeah, with like piercings in it and like scars on his face. They both got olive skin. They just sound yummy. But personality wise, nothing's really been said, so I can't really get a good vibe on that at the moment, but I will voice my opinion once I have one. I'm enjoying it currently. It's just there's not a lot of pages in here. Because I'm reading on my Kindle, it actually tells me how long I've got, and it says I've got 3.5 hours left to finish this book. Which to say, that makes me incredibly happy because I can sit down and read this cover to cover, or Kindle start to Kindle finish. Literally been a second since I last spoke to you, but I really wanted to read this out to you. Demigods smell like death and rot. We can detect the odour of all those you've slain, and Alira, my little godling, you smell worse than a fresh graveyard. I'll need to scent you frequently to get the tarnish off your skin and to make sure everybody knows you belong to me. God forbid I ever get like kidnapped or the demons come and like take me away, because I don't think I'd think logically in those situations. Because tell me why that gave me butterflies. Is there something mentally wrong with me? I mean, yes there is, but in this relation, because I'm just popping on because I've done my nails. These are I'm insanely happy because these are really pearly, and for some reason they just go very well in my head with this book. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like an actual princess. Okay, that's it. Bye. What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, I think what I just read, I'm a little bit in shock. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Okay, I wasn't expecting to happen whatsoever. What? Is he a vampire now? Because, I mean... Okay, I'm fully aware this is not the best angle, but I'm kind of like lounging on myself right now. But they're having like this little conversation and they're just kind of like at each other, like just nitpicking and just yapping back at each other, which obviously I adore. But he goes, "Oh, little godling, you're right about that. I'm a monster, your worst nightmare. I'd kill you on your sleep if I wanted. I'd kill you while I'm fucking your brains out if I so pleased." Stop yourself, Maya. This is not healthy. I have just read something that's insanely alarming and now I am thinking, fuck. So, I obviously showed you this quotation like legit a second ago and then I went on to the next page, right? And then he says, "No, I'm not going to fuck her. I clench my jaw and bite down on my lower lip with the last remnants of my restraint. Well, maybe if I just don't knot her, it would be okay, wouldn't it?" I hate books in relation to knotting because I read the Ali Hazelwood, cannot remember the name, book here, and that had knotting in it, and all I could think about was my dog. And the scenes were no longer hot and like attractive and really nice. They were really disgusted because you know when like a dog sits down and sometimes his lipstick comes out? Well, that's classed as a knot. That's all I saw. That is all I saw. So now I'm covered in goosebumps. So now I'm kind of scared. I am currently 69. Goodness. God help me. God help me. Am I just now legit reading porn? Been a second. It's the same day, don't worry, like I am disappointing you guys. I had some eyelashes on and they were just really winding me up, like I was struggling to like blink without being like, so I've taken this off and I have put my hair up in a little clip because I needed some air, and I also have my glasses on because I got a bit of a headache, but you can see the door and the window from my glasses, so I'm just taking these off and putting my head like a sexy librarian. Yes, I do want to finish this book. I do not have long left of this book whatsoever, so I'm very excited to get into that. I thought we could read probably the last 50 pages or something together on camera, just kind of like speed up the process a little bit and have an update. I'm probably not going to bake just because it's sweltering right now and tomorrow's meant to be really warm. Like for some reason we're now getting another heat wave, which is fabulous. I'm going to do a face mask, we're going to have a little pamper night, just chill out a bit, and yeah, maybe do a little bit more of the journaling. Okay, so what page am I actually on? Shall we have a look? So it's 247 is how many pages in this book. That's a small book, like I thought it was bigger than that, I thought it was like 350. Okay, so I really don't have that many, but I've got like 20 pages left. How long will it take me to read it? 19 minutes it says, can you see that? 19 minutes. Okay, so chapter 27, Elaire's point of view. Let's read it. So it turns out I'm reading actual dog porn. It's not, but it feels like it. It feels like I'm reading porn about a dog human. You'd call that a werewolf, but no, no. He only has the knot of a dog and the rest of a human. The teeth of a vampire. The tongue and the nose of a dog. What am I reading? I just... I just want to add, he just bit her boob with his vampire teeth. That's why I like internally and externally cringe, because I just thought, ah, I've got goosebumps. Uncomfortable is what I'm feeling right now. Oh, read this. I hope you can see. Let's focus. Stop it. I'm laughing because I find this absolutely ridiculous, not because I'm enjoying it. Maybe a little bit, like it's funny, but like I've got goosebumps. I've got second and third hand embarrassment right now because I'm just read a little bit further down. Clarification, I just said I just read a little bit further down and look what it said. Can you read this? Don't tell me what to do. I can't do this anymore. I can't cough. No, what did I just read? What is this? What is this? I finished it. Right, okay. I'm just putting my hair up again because it was uncomfortable lying down with it. I have multiple things I want to talk about because, like, the fuck. I don't even know where to begin. Right, okay. So there was one scene where they were getting all like intimate and sexy, and his fangs came out, and he bit her boob and started sucking on her blood through her boob. Like, don't do that. That's weird. That may, do you know, like when you talk about hitting guys in the balls and they instantly go ooh? Well, that's what I did, but for these female balls up here. That was really uncomfortable to read. Like it was really, yeah, it made me go didn't like that at all. Realised you were really far up. Okay, what else was there? There was so much to unpack in those like last 30 pages. Oh yeah, so she was introduced to the Demon King, and the Demon King was like, oh, once you finish breeding her, I hate the word breed, once you finish breeding her, it's my turn. Get away, leave this place, because that was absolutely unacceptable. That was gross. God, there was so much. What else is there? Ah, yeah, the knotting scene. Okay, so in between half of this book, I was just like, I've got a lot to unpack. Right, so where shall I start? Okay, so the start of the book was really, really interesting because it was kind of like she had lived the same 3 to 4 weeks for over a year and a half duration. So she's repeated herself, God knows how many times, and she always gets slain by this one night. And then this, she is kind of fed up of doing this, and then all of a sudden she's like, wait, why don't I instead think of a completely different story plot rather than trying to like get a better fight in and kill him, because obviously that's not working. I've tried it for like a year and a half now. Why don't I try something completely different? So then she decides to speak to her demigod king, and then they make up this agreement where they give over one of their like princesses or like demigods over to the demon realm to marry like the demon king's son or one of the lords over there, and then that kind of ends the war. So that's what happens. And our main girl, it turns out she is able to breed, so she is able to have periods because the demigods and the kind of like between gods and humans, their fertility isn't really clocked in, it's not locked in, it's just kind of like wee, but she's one of the lucky ones and she can breed. So then the demons find out, they're like, haha, we can breed a demigod and have demigod demons running around. So that is an agreement and that's what goes on. But let's talk about the one thing that really knocks me off. She's a knight. She's a very high up knight where she can control armies, where she will go to like a fighting destination and she will be in charge of everybody, saying you go here, you go here, and if anyone says retreat, it's her. Like, she's the one who's top in charge. And then as soon as she meets this demon boy, oh my god, she is carrying the corner, she has no fight back, everything about her turns pathetic. And I do not like girls like that. Like, I do not like girls where they don't fight. Like, come on, just have a little bit of a spine, because I think it'd be more acceptable if that was just her personality from day one, but it wasn't, because you've seen her with your own eyes how good she is and how good she's at fighting, but then all of a sudden she's like all weak and fragile. Explain that. Miss, explain that, because that didn't make any sense. And then to top it off, throughout the journey to the demon realm, when she's on being weak and pathetic, people try to attack her, and then her powerful side comes out and she fights them all. So she's still giving us a little sprinkle of aggressive. But why is she weak from the whole book? That really annoyed me. And also, like, can you tell I wasn't obsessed with this book? Like, it was a fun journey, but there's a lot of loopholes. I do feel like this book should have been twice the length and gone into a lot more details, because how on earth can our girl fall in love with a person who is actually awful? Like, in romance books, you want a guy who's awful to everybody else, but lovely and beautiful to you. Maybe a little bit mean, but nice to you. He is nice to everyone else, but awful to her. And if you like that romance, girl, you fucked. So he's a demon, and he has fangs. He drinks blood, and that's the only thing he eats. It's given vampire, right? Then she smells of demigod, and demons have got a really good sense of smell. So he what do they call it? He scents her, right? He marks her. He licks her to put his scent all over her, right? That's one thing. And then he has the knot. Yeah. So so the knot is, you without the knot you can't get pregnant, but with the knot your girl's gonna get pregnant. There was a scene, right. There was a scene at the end of the book, and I am covered in goosebumps. I do not know if you can see this. Like, actually, I'm covered in goosebumps right now. Yeah, I was just reading it and I was so uncomfortable. It was insane. So I was reading it, as I've said, like for the past 5 times in a row. I was reading it, and then they were having a quite intimate scene, and this knot came out, this bulge at the bottom of his base came out. And then it kept saying that it kept pounding my delicate skin. And anyway, it finally inserts itself, the bulge, inclusive of everything else. And then it was saying something to her like, oh, I'm so proud of you, you've been such a good girl, you've done so well. And then it said 5 minutes later, he was still inside me. Like, what were they doing for 5 minutes? Do you want to tell me what they were doing? And my brain, I can't. Oh, that was fun to read. 2 or 3 stars. It was not the best. Like, I am actually quite disappointed in K.M. Moronova, because I rave about her and I will shout on the rooftop how much I love her. And I'm not saying I DNF this book, because I didn't. I read it all. It was a short book. It was fun. There's just a lot of holes there because there's not enough explanations to what's going on, and I'm hoping maybe the second book will give you that. but I feel like it should have been at least an extra 200 pages just to give you more oomph, because how on earth can you fall in for someone when there's no niceness, there's no nothing, there's no caring, there's no other than actual abuse. He was belittling her for everything, like, this is your fault, you're the reason, this and this and this. So she was properly like going in herself to come in and going to like a tiny little girl, and he was just an awful human being. I'm a bit confused, honey. I don't understand, but it was a fun read. I've been recording for such a long time now, so I'm probably gonna come off now, and I want to make a brew. What time is it? It's 7:45. Is that too late? No, it's fine. I am British. We have the teas and biscuits all the time with scones. I'm not that posh. So I'm gonna go. I finished this book. That was fun. I'm now going to probably forget about it and move on with my life, because vast the fuck did I just read? Sometimes you just need something really fun where you giggle and you think, what on earth? And then sometimes you need books where you cry, and this just was not that book. I'm gonna go make a drink, and then let's get on to some book journaling. And let's do the spread for this weekend. Let's do that. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye. Hi guys, it's the next morning. I'm still kind of on a bit of a high to, as in, what the hell did I read yesterday? Because do you know you just need something just really, really fun but really absolutely ridiculous? This was this book. Like, there were so many things wrong with it, but I had such a fun, good time where, yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. There was just things where I was cringing, then there was things that was really badly done, then there was things that was like really well done, and then the smut part was never hot. It was just like, I can't believe I just said that, and as if they're doing that, and what the fuck, especially with not a situation. Anyway, I had a really good fun time. If you wanted a book where it's not too serious and you just kind of go through it, this is the book for you. I also didn't realise, I thought I had more book journal stuff to do. It's looking big though, isn't it? Like, look how thick that is. Let me show you how much I've got left of the year. That's how much I've got left. So that has been a year and a half's worth. So this is my first ever book journal that I've used, and I'm very excited to get on to the next one, because this one is the one where I've like learned what I like and what I dislike, and I'm not a bright coloured girly. No, I am not whatsoever. There was one where I did a certain page and it was quite colourful, and every time I look at it now it makes me want to internally throw up. And some of you guys might think that's really nice, Maya, like there's literally nothing wrong with that. No, this is like vibrant colours. It's just not for me. This is more my colour. Let me find it. Like this. This is two completely different topics. This is my monthly YouTubes, and this was just a Rebel Witch. This is just one book I'm talking about, but this is more simpler and more personalised because I'm writing about a book. Like, that was quite cool. I really enjoyed this one. This was my 24-hour reading vlog. Yes, where I was reading a couple of books. And then it's just the more simpler ones. Let me show you a page that I'm obsessed with. I'm just now currently showing you everything. I do apologise, I've probably got better things to do, but here we are. I didn't realise how many pages I've done. This one right here. So this is a series tracker where I've got half a page here of all the books I read, and then I've got like a nice little butterfly here, and it's just really cute. This is obviously how many books I read throughout the month, but this is in relation to this vlog. And I don't know, I'm kind of learning my style. The issue is this year is that whenever I wanted to do an update on my journal, I did it off camera. So when I eventually wanted to come around and record something with you, I had nothing to record because it's up to date. So that's something that I really need to stop doing, especially next year, because I like doing journaling stuff and I like watching people especially, and I feel like I should now start doing that because I've got a camera to do it and I've got the professional setup and everything. So that being said, I'm going to put that away. We are finished. This is the next day. So we've had a weekend date night slash this crazy experience of me just losing my sanity with this book, and it's been a fun ride. Very much enjoyed this. I hope the footage is fine because, again, you are a camera. I see myself there, but I'm looking at you beauties right here. The mic, I'm just hoping everything is cool and dandy. My charger is on its way down, and I understand now when people say, my battery's gonna die. I understand that because I can see it just dwindled right in front of my eyes. So I'm gonna go. I've enjoyed this. I have really enjoyed this, and please let me know your thoughts and opinions, because if you enjoyed this, I will do this more often. Also, if you've got any ideas of what you'd like me to do, I'm more than happy to suggestions, you know, just drop it down in the Dropbox. But yeah, thank you so much guys for joining me on this really weird 24 hours, 5 hours vlog. And I will see you in next week's video. Bye guys. That didn't make any sense. Yeah. Oh no. With it in the hello situation, no.